Happy Friday, Striver. How reliable were you this week in showing up for yourself, showing up for other people, and showing up through the hard times? That's the topic of today's Daily Fire. Hey, y'all, it's Brendan Burchard, founder of Growth Day, and it's my intention today to ask you some questions to increase that self-awareness, because as we always say, increase the self-awareness, increase one's self-mastery, we increase one's social contributions, and we change the world. 4 big points today to share with you on the topic of reliability. Don't you love reliable people? People who are there for you in the hard times, people who get things done, people who show up, people who you can just count on to be kind, to be a good friend, to follow through on their word. Matter of fact, could you take a moment and think through who are the most reliable people you've had or have in your life? You can just count on them. And isn't it true, some of those people maybe you haven't even talked to for a while, but you still think of and you could still call? I have friends from, high school and college who maybe some of them I haven't talked to in years. I know without a doubt, if I placed a call, they'd be here. And they know that of me. I can think of people I've done projects with over all the years and different companies I've worked in, invested in, led, built, spoke to, mentored, coached, who maybe it's been a couple years. If I called them, they'd show up. It's something you just know about a person after just a few interactions, isn't it? And isn't it true you could probably also think of some people who were not reliable? They weren't reliable in their temperament, so they freaked you out, scared you. They weren't reliable to be there for you, so they neglected you. They weren't reliable to lean on because they were selfish. They weren't reliable to stay true, to complete a project. They weren't reliable in terms of their commitment to your relationship. They weren't reliable with your money. Don't you have a very different feeling about those folks? And so, if we can think so fondly of those who've been reliable, and those who have not been don't make us feel so good, it's a good mirror then to ask, how have we been behaving in this important personal development topic? And I really believe most things in how we operate or live our lives really is personal development. And reliability is an important one. And it's also a word you just don't hear that much anymore. I don't know. Maybe I hear it more than most people because, I work with corporate America, because I work with businesses, because I work with teams. I work with mostly, CEOs or senior leaders, major influencers. I kind of work with people who tend to have a team, beneath them or in their company that they manage, lead, or they lead a big community. And in those roles, reliability is spoken about a lot. But I also am obviously kind of big into social media, and you don't hear that word a whole lot across social media, do you? I remember thinking back to my schooling, I didn't hear a lot of teachers talk about reliability. Very few. So I don't know how much it's been a topic of personal development in your life, but maybe 4 ideas today. First, let's start with you. How do you create the reliability in your character and your behavior so much so that you have personal trust? You have that mental strength and faith in yourself to show up. That you will be reliable, yes, for you, for your goals, for your dreams, for the hard work, for the workout, for the job, for whatever it is you're chasing, trying to build, for the people you love. I'd say that one of the very first things that is so cliche but so simple, do hard things often. Do hard things often, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's like inconvenient, even when you don't just like have the energy, but you have to summon the energy. This means sometimes work out when you don't feel like working out. This is the stuff people often talk about in terms of discipline, right? The discipline to show up even when you don't have the emotions that like motivate you to go do it. But I also think it's a reliability question. Am I reliable to show up and do the things I said I was going to do? And will I do them even when I don't feel like it, which makes it a hard thing to do? And will I do that consistently? I think most people aren't reliable in their health practices. And this is why, at least here in North America, we have a terrible health crisis. And we often bemoan our career development, but we really stay safe in our comfort zones. And when it comes to hard projects getting put on our plates, we just get upset about it, frustrated about it, try to shrug it off versus reliably working through, doing hard things frequently. When you do hard things frequently, not only do you stretch and grow, but the beauty of it is you start to trust and yes, even respect yourself. In becoming reliable to one's own word, following through on one's own choices, decisions, goals, dreams, obligations, commitments, one gains respect of oneself. Not showing up for those things, you tend to lose respect for yourself. Then self-esteem goes down. Then expectancy or belief goes down. Then motivation goes down. The good news is you can reverse engineer all of those things too by just showing up, doing hard things often. Second idea I'd like to share today is show up for other people. When they're in need, show up. When they're overwhelmed, show up. When they've lost someone, show up. When they've had a hard day, make that call, send that text, write that email, ring them up. Show up for other people. They need some time, give it to them. Show up for other people. They need some mentorship, give it to them. Your spouse is having a hard day, show up. Say, sorry you had a hard day. I'm here with you. We'll get through this. Show up for other people at work. Say, I know we're a little bit behind here, but you know what? We've all struggled. I believe in you. Let's make a plan. When you show up for other people, especially when they're down and out, especially when they're sad, especially when things aren't going right, they remember it and they count on you as a reliable party. I know the pessimists out there will say, oh, Brendan, all you're going to do is make them, addicted to seeking help of others. All you're going to do is make them that person who never gets their stuff together because they just lean on other people. Hey, you gauge how much you serve in this world. You can say no. You can set boundaries. But the folks in your life, the important ones, the ones you serve with, fight with, bleed with, lead with, show up for them. Third, check off lists daily. Every day, write down your to-dos or priorities, set your deadlines or reminders, but every day, please, every day, have a to-do list. And it's prioritized. And at least 3 things you will do every day. Set that in the morning and do those 3 things. You might actually have a list. No, Brendan, my to-do list is 50 things. I know. Pick your top 3 priorities, make sure those get done, and check them off in the app. Just that. Every day. We'll get real momentum. But it's checking off those lists. I'm telling you what, in psychology and in high-performance studies, it's shown over and over, a simple checklist done consistently every single day starts to actually improve one's perspective of themselves, of their odds for success and in their ability to be more productive. Checking off those lists every day. Simple. I know you'll thank me for it, and you'll thank yourself for it. Last idea on reliability. Be there when it doesn't matter. This is a weird one, but I remember working with an Olympian, and she's a track and field Olympian, and she was a person who always talked about the value of showing up for practices when the coaches weren't there, her teammates weren't there, just, her own personal will to go out and practice. And that practice maybe didn't matter as much. Maybe she didn't push herself as hard. Maybe she didn't have, the teammate to compete with or the coach to make her do the extra lap or the, go 0.03 seconds faster. But she was there, and there was value in it. No one was watching, but she was there, reliable to her dream, even when no one was looking. It's all those great stories we know, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant out there just practicing till the lights turned off, practicing before the lights came on. They did it so often, maybe it didn't seem like it mattered, but they were there. I bet you can't think of a single sports legend who doesn't have that lore about their story where they were out practicing and no one was watching. It's that entrepreneur working on Saturdays before the kids wake up. It's that new executive logging in before anyone else. It's that person who just goes the extra mile, even though they didn't need to, making that thing a little better, caring about the craftsmanship more than anyone else. It's that when we do things and we be there when it doesn't matter and no one else sees it, that we end up giving ourselves a psychological pat on the back. Good job. I showed up even when no one was handing out trophies. I was there doing the work. I think we all owe it to ourselves to become a little more reliable in our personal lives, seeking our dreams, a little more reliable to the other people around us, more reliable to finish our projects, someone people can count on as a role model, as a servant leader, as a caregiver, as a parent, as a manager, as someone of influence. When we care about reliability again, all of a sudden we increase trustworthiness. We increase collaboration. We're more willing to reach out and work with other people because we gain that faith that they'll be there. And they gain that faith in us that we'll be there too. I hope you enjoyed this daily fire in Growth Day. If you did, go tell somebody, announce it to the world. You're in Growth Day. Share with somebody that you're working on your personal development and you're gaining some value from these daily fires. If you'd like to make our day, please go to the App Store and leave a review for the Growth Day app. If it's served you, help us spread the message. We appreciate you every single day because we know, and you know, every day is a great day to grow. All right, if you love this daily fire today, quick reminder, comment on it down below. What did you learn? What do you think? What do you have to share? This is about social learning in Growth Day. We learn from each other. We have that humility to learn from each other, but we also have that service leadership mindset where we want to share our life lessons with one another. So what have you learned about this topic? Put it in the comments down below and then get your growth streak.